Do you want to stop mispronouncing French words and finally be understood when you speak French? Students tend to focus on learning grammar and making perfect French sentences. But all that grammar and vocabulary is useless if you don't understand how to pronounce French words correctly. Today's video will teach you everything you need to know about French pronunciation. It is a complete French course in which I've compiled 5 French lessons for beginners. Whether you are an absolute beginner, a beginner, or even a more advanced learner who just wants to brush up on the basics of French pronunciation, this 1-hour course will help you read French words with confidence, reduce your French accent, and master French pronunciation quickly. Let's dive in. In this lesson, you are going to learn the difference between letters of the alphabet and sounds of the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. You will learn to associate each symbol of the IPA with its French sound. After watching it, you will finally be able to read phonetics. The French alphabet has 26 letters. These letters are used to write French words, but these same words are pronounced using the IPA. IPA stands for International Phonetic Alphabet. This is the IPA for French, and these are the 34 sounds of French. Each symbol represents one and only one sound, but it can be written with different French letters. For example, this symbol, it is pronounced un, but in French words, it can be spelled pain, intéressant, plein, fin. Learning phonetics, I mean all these symbols and the sound they represent, will allow you to pronounce any French word perfectly, even those you don't know. For example, instead of looking at the letters of this word and trying to pronounce them, maybe saying monsieur, you will see the actual sounds that combine to produce the word, and you will pronounce it correctly. Monsieur. And if you are wondering where you can find French words written phonetically, well, most of my videos have them, and you can look up words online in the Larousse Bilingual Dictionary. Now, let's learn or review all the French sounds. For each sound, I will write on the screen whether the exact or similar sound exists in English. If it's a sound that doesn't exist in English, I'll give you quick and easy tips on how to make it. Please note that I based this video on my French accent. I am from Paris. The IPA is divided into 2 main sections, vowels and consonants. The top half of the table shows all the French vowel sounds. Vowels are the biggest challenge, as there are only 6 vowel letters in French: A, E, I, O, U, Y. But there are 16 different vowel sounds. This is why you need the IPA. Vowels are divided into 3 sections: oral, nasal, and semi. On this left side, you'll find all the oral vowel sounds. With the oral vowels, the sound only comes out of your mouth. Let's go through them. I will say each sound twice, then you can listen to it in French words. Be sure to repeat after me and practice out loud. A, amour, acheter, I, idée, image, utile, urgent, ou, oublier, ouvert, aujourd'hui, oser, océan, orage, Europe, œuf, heure, été, écouter, est, elle, herbe. On the middle, you will find all the nasal vowel sounds. You can remember the nasal symbols thanks to the little waves above the letters. With nasal vowels, the sound comes out of your nose and mouth. Nasal vowels are an essential feature of the French language, so don't overlook them. Let's go through them now. Honte, oncle, en, encore, ange, un, Inde, imprévu. Finally, on the right, you will find other semi-vowel sounds. Semi-vowels, also known as semi-consonants, can't be used on their own. By this, I mean they need an oral or nasal vowel in the same syllable. Let's go through them. Y, chien, crayon, lui, nuit, ou, loin, oui. Now, let's talk about the consonants. The bottom half of the IPA table shows all the French consonant sounds. There are two main types of French consonant sounds, unvoiced and voiced. Voiced consonant sounds are made using the vocal cords. You can feel them vibrating, whereas unvoiced consonants are not. Let's go through the unvoiced consonant sounds. P, Paris, penser, te, tête, tapis, que, café, couleur, se, salut, cerise, chocolat, chemin, feu, famille, photo. Now, let's go through the voiced consonant sounds. B, beurre, bisou, de, dimanche, doigt, gâteau, glace, zéro, rose, genou, jeudi, voiture, vendredi, le, lundi, larme, regarder, rêver, manger, mardi, non, neige, poignet, ignorer, ing, parking, smoking. In this lesson, I am going to teach you everything you need to know about French vowels, how to pronounce them in the alphabet and in French words. And you will also learn all the vowel combinations. After watching it, French vowels will hold no secrets for you. In the alphabet, A is pronounced A. Inside French words, the letter E alone without any other vowel is also pronounced A. It can be written with or without an accent. Chat, rat, à peu près, pâte. EN and EM are pronounced en. En is a nasal vowel. Ange, jambe. Let's review the rules for nasal vowels. EN and EM are pronounced en if they are at the end of a word. Écran, bilan, if they are followed by a silent consonant. Gant, blanc, if they are followed by a pronounced consonant other than N or M. Ampoule, chambre. Otherwise, EN and EM are not nasal vowels. Année, banane, ami, flamme. AI is pronounced E or E. The letter I can be written with or without a circumflex accent. Aimer, aide, traiter, s'il te plaît. Now, let's talk about how to know when it's pronounced E, its close pronunciation, and when it's pronounced E, its open pronunciation. AI is pronounced E if at the end of a word and followed by a silent consonant. Mais, be. AI is pronounced E if followed by a pronounced consonant that is pronounced in the same syllable. Faire, capitaine. AI is pronounced E if followed by a pronounced consonant and a pronounced vowel, meaning that the consonant is not pronounced in the same syllable as AI. Aider, baisser. AIL and AILL are pronounced aille, portail, corail, volaille, ailleurs. AIL is only pronounced I if it is at the end of a word. Travail, elle. AIN and AIM are pronounced un. Un is a nasal vowel. Fin. Remember the rules for nasal vowel. AIN and AIM are pronounced un if they are at the end of a word. Pain, châtain. or if they are followed by a silent consonant, sain, contraint, or if they are followed by a pronounced consonant other than N or M. Craindre, vaincu. Otherwise, AIN and AIM are not nasal vowels. Fontaine, aimer. AU is pronounced O, aube. Gauche, sauce, travaux. In the alphabet, I is pronounced E. Inside French words, the letter I alone without any other vowel can be pronounced E, or E. Revenir. Effacer. Hiver. Now let's talk about how to know when it's pronounced E, or E. I is pronounced E in a one-syllable word ending with I. Je, le, ce, de. I is pronounced E when it's not the first letter of the word, it is followed by a single pronounced consonant and a pronounced vowel. Recommencer. Demain. Mercredi. Calmement. I is pronounced E if followed by a silent consonant at the end of words, except T. Mais. Nez. Manger. Pied. I is pronounced E if followed by a double consonant and a pronounced vowel. Impeccable. Effort. Dessin. Cellule. I is pronounced E in words ending with it. Poulet. Trajet. Chalet. Violet. I is pronounced E if followed by a pronounced consonant that is pronounced in the same syllable. Belle. Hôtel. Escale. Baguette. I with an acute accent is pronounced E. Été. Beauté. Sécurité. Journée. I with a grave accent is pronounced E. Frère. Crème. Maître. Colère. I with a circumflex accent can be pronounced E or E. Fête. Péché. Crêpe. Gênant. Now let's talk about how to know when it's pronounced E or E. It is pronounced E if followed by a silent consonant at the end of words. Arrêt. Forêt. It is pronounced E if followed by a pronounced consonant in the same syllable. Tête. Arrête. It is pronounced E if followed by a pronounced consonant and a pronounced vowel, meaning that the consonant is not pronounced in the same syllable. Têtu. Gêné. IN and IM are pronounced on or un. Both are nasal vowels. Long. Moyen. Now let's talk about how to know when it's pronounced on or un. IN is only pronounced un when it is at the end of a word and not followed by a silent consonant. parisien, européen. Otherwise, en is pronounced en. Argent, sentir, gencive, enfant. However, it is a little different for verb endings. In some verb endings, en is pronounced un, even if it is followed by a silent consonant. I go more in details with the rules for verbs in the last section of this video. Again, nasal vowel rules apply. En and em are nasal vowels if they are at the end of a word, ancien, or if they are followed by a silent consonant, temps, or by a pronounced consonant other than n or m, enlevé. Otherwise, en and em are not nasal vowels. Menace, parisienne. IAU is pronounced O, oiseau, ciseau, verso. EI can be pronounced E or E. Baleine, veineux. Now let's talk about how to know when it's pronounced E or E. EI is pronounced E if followed by a pronounced consonant in the same syllable. 16, beige. EI is pronounced E if followed by a pronounced consonant and a pronounced vowel. Neiger, enseigner. EIL and EILL are pronounced EI. Soleil, conseil, abeille, bouteille. EIN is pronounced un, saint, rein, peindre, atteindre. As usual, rules for nasal vowels apply. EIN is pronounced un if it's at the end of a word followed by a silent consonant or by a pronounced consonant other than n or m. Otherwise, EIN is not a nasal vowel. Plein, pleine. EU is pronounced E or E. Bleu, seul. Now, let's talk about how to know when it's pronounced E, its close pronunciation, or E, its open pronunciation. EU is pronounced E if at the end of a word. Feu. EU is pronounced E if followed by a silent consonant at the end of a word. De. EU is pronounced E if followed by a Z sound. Z like the little b. Z. Serveuse. EU is pronounced E if followed by a T sound. Émeute. EU is pronounced E if U has a circumflex accent. Jeune. EU is only pronounced E if followed by a pronounced consonant other than a Z or a T sound. Beurre. Heureux. Jeune. Peureux. EUIL and EUILL are pronounced œil. Écureuil. Fauteuil. Feuille. Portefeuille. In the alphabet, I is pronounced I. Inside French words, the letter I alone, without any other vowel, is also pronounced I. It can be written with or without an accent. Riz. il, maïs. With AI, the diaresis on the letter I indicates that you must pronounce each vowel separately. Naïf, haïr. IN and IM are pronounced un, vin, important, sapin, infecté. As usual, rules for nasal vowels apply. IN and IM are only pronounced un if they are at the end of a word followed by a silent consonant or by a pronounced consonant other than another N or M. Otherwise, IN and IM are not nasal vowels. Fin, fine. ILL is pronounced I, fille, grille. ILL is only pronounced I if preceded by a consonant and followed by a vowel, except in ville, mille, tranquille, Lille. If the vowel I is followed by at least another vowel, I is pronounced Y, like Y in the English word yes. Y is a semi-vowel. It cannot be pronounced alone. It needs to be pronounced with another vowel sound in the same syllable. Liasse, chien, violon, avion. In the alphabet, O is pronounced O. Inside French words, the letter O alone without any other vowel can be pronounced O or O. Lavabo, chocolat. Now let's talk about how to know when it's pronounced O, its closed pronunciation, or O, its open pronunciation. O is pronounced O when at the end of a word. Vidéo. O is pronounced O when followed by a silent consonant at the end of words. Do. O is pronounced O when followed by a Z sound. Chose. O is pronounced O when followed by a pronounced consonant other than a Z sound. Homme. Important. Rocher. Motif. Circumflex O is pronounced O. Bientôt. Côté. ON and OM are pronounced on. On is a nasal vowel. Donc. Complet. Leçon. Ombre. As usual, rules for nasal vowels apply. ON and OM are only pronounced on if they are at the end of a word followed by a silent consonant or by a pronounced consonant other than another N or M. Otherwise, ON and OM are not nasal vowels. Bon, bonne. OEU is pronounced E or E. Œuf, E. Now let's talk about how to know when it's pronounced E, its closed pronunciation, or E, its open pronunciation. It is pronounced E if at the end of a word. Veux. It is pronounced E if at the end of a word and followed by a silent consonant. Ne. It is pronounced E if followed by a pronounced consonant. Sœur. OI is pronounced oie. Moi. Avoir. Soirée. Voiture. With OI, the diaresis on the letter I indicates that you must pronounce each vowel separately. Égoïste. Héroïque. OIN is pronounced oin. Loin. Point. Soin. coincé. As usual, rules for nasal vowels apply. OIN is only pronounced one if it's at the end of a word, followed by a silent consonant or by a pronounced consonant other than another N or M. Otherwise, OIN is not a nasal vowel. Moins, moine. OU is pronounced OU. U can be written with or without an accent. Lourd, toujours, coup, ou. OUILL is pronounced ouille, grenouille, mouillé, bouillon, brouillis. If the digraph OU is followed by at least another vowel, OU is pronounced OU, like W in the English word weekend. OU is a semi-vowel. It cannot be pronounced alone. It needs to be pronounced with another vowel sound in the same syllable. Oui, pingouin, tatouage, jouet. In the alphabet, U is pronounced U. Inside French words, the letter U alone without any other vowel is also pronounced U. It can be written with or without a circumflex accent. Tu, mur, salut, peinture. UN and UM are pronounced un, brun, humble. As usual, rules for nasal vowels apply. UN and UM are only pronounced un if they are at the end of a word followed by a silent consonant or by a pronounced consonant other than N or M. Otherwise, UN and UM are not nasal vowels. Un, une. If the vowel U is followed by any other vowel, U is pronounced U. It's like the way we pronounce the letter U in French. U is a semi-vowel. It cannot be pronounced alone. It needs to be pronounced with another vowel sound in the same syllable. Nuage, muet, sueur, nuit. In the alphabet, Y is pronounced Y. Inside French words, Y can be pronounced I or Y. Cygne, Y. Now let's talk about how to know when it's pronounced I or Y. Y is pronounced I when at the beginning of a word and followed by a consonant. Yves. Y is pronounced I when at the end of a word and preceded by a consonant. Rugby. Y is pronounced I when between consonants. Stylo. Y is pronounced Y when at the beginning of a word and followed by a vowel. Yoga. Y is pronounced Y when between vowels. Crayon. When you see the letter Y between vowels, think about the letter Y as two eyes, as it is also going to affect the pronunciation of the vowel that precedes. Voyager, essayer, appuyer, payer. In this lesson, I teach you everything you need to know about French consonants, how to pronounce them in the alphabet and in French words. You will learn all the pronunciation rules for hard and soft consonant pronunciation, and you will also learn all the consonant combinations. After watching it, reading French words will be like a walk in the park. In the alphabet, B is pronounced B. Inside French words, B is pronounced B. Bonjour, berceau. Double B is also pronounced B. Abbaye, dribbler, In the alphabet, C is pronounced C. Inside French words, C followed by E, I, or Y, one of the soft vowels, is pronounced S. You can remember the soft vowels with the word Yeti. Puce, citron. C followed by A, U, or O, one of the hard vowels, is pronounced K. You can remember the hard vowels with the word auto. Café, écorce. C followed by a consonant is pronounced K. Crabe, acteur. Double C followed by E, I, or Y, one of the soft vowels, is pronounced X. Coccyx, succès. Double C followed by A, U, O, one of the hard vowels, is pronounced K. Accaparer, occuper. Double C followed by a consonant is pronounced K. Raccrocher, acclamer. Si c'est dit là, is pronounced S. Leçon, ça. CH is pronounced ch. Bouche, chien. However, in some words, CH is pronounced K. Technique, orchestre. In the alphabet, D is pronounced D. Inside French words, D is pronounced D. Demain, idée. Double D is also pronounced D. Caddie, addition. In the alphabet, F is pronounced F. Inside French words, F is pronounced F. Fier, soif. Double F is also pronounced F. Griffe, siffler. In the alphabet, G is pronounced G. Inside French words, G followed by E, I, or Y, one of the soft vowels, is pronounced J. Gênant, bougie. G followed by A, U, or O, one of the hard vowels, is pronounced G. Gare, goutte. G followed by a consonant is pronounced G. Graine, glaçon. Double G followed by E, I, or Y, one of the soft vowels, is pronounced G. And it's quite rare. Suggestion. Double G followed by A, U, or O, one of the hard vowels, is pronounced G. And it's also quite rare. Toboggan. Double G followed by a consonant is pronounced G. Aggraver, agglutiner. G, U followed by E, I, or Y, one of the soft vowels, is pronounced G. Bague, gynécologue. G, E followed by A, U, or O, one of the hard vowels, is pronounced J. Pigeon, bougeoir. With U, the letters E and U are pronounced together, and G is pronounced J as it is followed by E, a soft vowel. Nuageux, courageux. JN is pronounced N. Gagner, poignet. In the alphabet, H is pronounced H. Inside French words, H is silent. Thé, rhume, adhésif, athlète. In the alphabet, J is pronounced J. Inside French words, J is pronounced J. Jeudi, jouer, bonjour, jambe. In the alphabet, K is pronounced K. Inside French words, K is pronounced K. Kilogramme, ski, anorak, kiffer. In the alphabet, L is pronounced L. Inside French words, L is pronounced L. Ciel, film. Double L is also pronounced L. Allure, vallée. In the alphabet, M is pronounced M. Inside French words, M is pronounced M. Monde, maman. Double M is also pronounced M. Gommer, comme. In the alphabet, N is pronounced N. Inside French words, N is pronounced N. Neveu, peine. Double N is also pronounced N. Année, connu. In the alphabet, P is pronounced P. Inside French words, P is pronounced P. Pays, épicé. Double P is also pronounced P. Appuyer, grippe. PH is pronounced F. Pharmacie, phrase. In the alphabet, Q is pronounced Q. Inside French words, Q is pronounced que. 5. Coq. QU is also pronounced que when followed by another vowel. Cirque, manquer. In the alphabet, R is pronounced R. Inside French words, R is pronounced R. Bruit, frère. Double R is also pronounced R. Terre, curie. In the alphabet, S is pronounced S. Inside French words, S at the beginning of a word is pronounced S. Stylo, saumon. S between a consonant and a vowel is pronounced S. Penser, morsure. S between a vowel and a consonant is also pronounced S. Féminisme, espace. S between two vowels is pronounced Z. Dose, vase. Double S between two vowels is pronounced S. Dessin, tasse. SC followed by EI or Y, one of the soft vowels, is pronounced S. Scène, ascenseur. SC followed by A, U or O, one of the hard vowels, is pronounced SK. Escalader, scanner. SC followed by a consonant is pronounced SK. Escroc, muscle. In the alphabet, T is pronounced T. Inside French words, T is pronounced T. Coton. Météo. Double T is also pronounced T. Omelette. Attendre. Be careful, the ending T-I-O-N is pronounced sion. Action. Direction. Situation. Condition. In the alphabet, V is pronounced V. Inside French words, V is pronounced V. Vert. Cheval. In the alphabet, W is pronounced W. Inside French words, W can be pronounced V or OU, like W in the English word oui. Wagon. Kiwi. Wi-Fi. Weekend. There is no rule to know how to pronounce W in French words. However, this consonant is quite rare and often pronounced OU, like W in the English word oui. In the alphabet, X is pronounced X. Inside French words, X between two vowels is pronounced X. Taxe. Vexé. X at the beginning of a word is quite rare and it's pronounced X. Xénon. Be careful with words starting with EX. X is pronounced X if followed by a consonant and X if followed by a vowel. Excuse. Exposition. Exister. Exemple. In the alphabet, Z is pronounced Z. Inside French words, Z is pronounced Z. Zo. Bizarre. In this lesson, I go in details about all the silent letters in French to make sure they don't ruin your pronunciation. After watching it, you will finally master French pronunciation. 1. I as the final letter of a word is silent. Il. I don't say il, I say il. These two words are pronounced exactly the same. Il, il. I can be preceded by a consonant. Un homme, un téléphone, des moules, une voiture, une chaise. I can also be preceded by a vowel. Une idée, la joue, la pharmacie, la banlieue, la pluie. There are two exceptions to this rule. I is pronounced in two-letter words. Je, le. I is pronounced if it has an accent. J'ai mangé. Listen to the difference. Je mange, j'ai mangé. 2. Silent E inside words. Some words have a silent E in them. Un paiement, un licenciement, des remerciements, un aboiement, un éternuement. The letter E is not pronounced when it's between the letter G and a hard vowel, A, U, O. You can remember them with the word auto. The letter E is there to preserve the soft pronunciation of G, je. We often see this in the conjugation of verbs ending in GER. Nous mangeons. Je me changeais. Partageons. In French words, when the letter E is preceded by one pronounced consonant and followed by one pronounced consonant, then it is usually not pronounced. This might be different in some French regions, but I based this video on my French accent. I am from Paris. Un boulevard. Lentement. Acheter. Here there are two consonants, CH, but they only make one consonant sound, ch. Acheter. Samedi. Une avenue. 3 silent final consonants in French. These consonants, as the final letter of a word, are silent in French. D, G, P, S, T, X, and Z. D'accord, gourmand, sourd, un point, long, du shampoing, beaucoup, trop, un champ, jamais, le bras, une souris, un fruit, un concert, la forêt, un choix, le prix, de, le nez, assez, du riz. Some words have more than one silent final consonant. Le respect, un doigt, le poids, le corps, le temps. As you can see, most final consonants are silent in French, so you can remember the non-silent final consonants with the word careful. C, R, F, and L are pronounced as final consonants. Avec, le trafic, un déclic. Hier, la mer, en hiver. Neuf, la soif, un apéritif. Le vol, en avril, un bol. The letter B, K, and Q are quite rare as final consonants and they are also pronounced. Un club, 5, un beefsteak. These rules are not hard and fast rules. Like English, French is full of exceptions that like to come at you from all angles. But you will learn the exceptions as you encounter them. 4. S and X for plural are silent. Plural don't affect a noun or an adjective pronunciation. La belle femme, les belles femmes. Un bon gâteau, de bons gâteaux. 5. H is mute in French. The letter H is always silent in French. There is no aspiration. Un homme, du thé, de l'aneth. The letters PH make the sound F. Une photo. The letters CH make the sound sh. Dimanche. In some words, the letters CH are pronounced que. La psychologie. 6. Verb endings. The final R of the infinitive of verbs ending in ER is not pronounced. Manger. Aller. Penser. The ending ENT of verbs for the third person of the plural. I mean for il, they masculine, and elle, they feminine, for all verbs and all tenses is always silent. Ils aiment. Elles étaient. Ils prendraient. 7. Silent M and N.
The letters M and N are silent when they are nasal vowels. How to recognize French nasal vowels? If there is one or more vowels followed by N or M at the end of a word. Le pain. If there is one or more vowels followed by N or M and a silent consonant, comment. And if there is one or more vowels followed by N or M and a pronounced consonant, other than N or M. Bonjour. The vowel sound is nasalized and we do not pronounce the N or M. Le pain. Comment. Bonjour. The letter N is not pronounced when it is between the letter G and another vowel. GN is pronounced ng. It is a bit tricky for English speakers as there is no English equivalent. You can check out this video next to learn how to make the ng sound. La montagne. En Espagne. Gagner. Un oignon. En Allemagne. 8. Silent U. The letter U is not pronounced when it's between the letter Q and another vowel. Une question. 4. The letter U is not pronounced when it's between the letter G and a soft vowel, E, I, or Y. Une bague. Un guide. 9. And there are also sometimes random silent consonants inside words. Here are the most common ones. En automne. L'asthme. Longtemps. Condamné. Un baptême. Compter. 7. Un fils. Un rond-point. Une sculpture. In this lesson, I explain everything you need to know about French liaison, what it is, and why they are important. You will see lots of examples to help you understand and remember the liaison's rules. Understanding how the French link words will help you better understand native speakers, but it is also the key to sound fluent in French. A liaison is when the final silent consonant of a word is pronounced with the vowel sound of the word that follows. For example, mon. It ends with a silent N. However, if I use it in this phrase, there is a liaison between mon, which ends with a silent consonant N, and ami, which starts with the vowel A. The consonant N is not silent anymore, and it is pronounced with the vowel sound that follows. C'est mon ami. C'est mon ami. But in this sentence, there is no liaison, as the word that follows mon starts with a consonant. The final consonant N of mon remains silent. C'est mon chat. C'est mon chat. The liaison adds an extra sound. Chez. Je suis chez elle. Je suis chez elle. On est arrivé. On est arrivé. Premier. J'habite au premier étage. J'habite au premier étage. The liaison can add 7 different consonant sounds. The is added when the liaison is made with the final silent consonants S, X, and Z. D. J'ai des enfants. J'ai des enfants. 2. Elle a 2 ans. Elle a 2 ans. Chez. Je vais chez eux. Je vais chez eux. Ne is added when the liaison is made with the final silent consonant N. En
J'habite en Angleterre. J'habite en Angleterre. Te is added when the liaison is made with the final silent consonants T and D. Petit. C'est un petit ordinateur. C'est un petit ordinateur. Grand. C'est un grand homme. C'est un grand homme. As you can see, the word homme starts with the consonant H, but as H is silent, the word starts with the vowel sound O. Liaisons can happen between the final silent consonant of a word and the word that follows it if it begins with a vowel or a mute H. The is added when the liaison is made between the number 9 and the words heure and en. 9. Il est 9 heures. Il est 9 heures. J'ai 19 ans. J'ai 19 ans. 9 doesn't end with a silent consonant, but its th sound is pronounced the with heure and en. With all the other words, the consonant F is not silent and it is pronounced th. Il y a 9 étudiants. Il y a 9 étudiants. R is added when the liaison is made with the final silent consonant R. Premier. Elle attend son premier enfant. Elle attend son premier enfant. P is added when the liaison is made with the final silent consonant P. Trop. C'est trop important. C'est trop important. G is added when the liaison is made with the final silent consonant G. Long. C'est un longiver. C'est un longiver. Liaisons are important. Not only the French might not understand you if you forget a compulsory liaison or make a forbidden liaison, but liaisons can help you differentiate between singular and plural. Il aime le chocolat. Il aime le chocolat. Ils aiment le chocolat. Ils aiment le chocolat. Leur. Ils sont venus avec leur enfant. Ils sont venus avec leur enfant. Ils sont venus avec leurs enfants. Ils sont venus avec leurs enfants. Liaisons can help you differentiate between different ideas. 6. The S sound of number 6 is replaced by a Z sound in the liaison. 6 ans. 6 cents. The number 6 is pronounced si when the word that follows starts with a consonant. The same happens with number 10. 10. 10 hommes. 10 femmes. Liaisons can also help you differentiate between masculine and feminine. Grand, grande, grand ami, grand dami. There are compulsory, prohibited, and optional liaisons. The liaison is compulsory between a determiner and the noun or adjective that follows it. The determiner can be an article. Un arbre. Des assiettes. Les épinards. The determiner can also be a possessive adjective. Mon œil. Ses yeux. Nos amis. The determiner can be a demonstrative adjective. Ces étudiants. Ces abeilles. Ces enfants. The determiner can be a number. 2 ans. 3 objets. 10 élèves. The determiner can be an indefinite adjective. Aucun homme. Quelques heures. Plusieurs araignées. The liaison is compulsory between an adjective and the noun that follows it. Gros, de gros ennuis. Grand, un grand homme. Petit, un petit ordinateur. The liaison is compulsory between the subject pronoun and the verb that follows it. On est. Vous avez. Elles habitent. The liaison is compulsory between the object pronoun and the verb that follows it. Je les appelle. Il n'y en a plus. Nous. Ça nous arrive. The liaison is compulsory between two pronouns. Ils y pensent. Nous. Il nous en a parlé. Elles y sont déjà allées. The liaison is compulsory between the verb and the pronouns that follows it. Allons. Allons-y. Prends-en. Ont-ils appelé? The liaison is compulsory after a one-syllable preposition. Dans une heure. Chez. Elle est chez elle. Sans oignon. En Irlande. Sous un pont. The liaison is compulsory between a one-syllable adverb and the adjective that follows it. Plus. C'est plus avantageux. Très. C'est très important. Bien. Un stade bien avancé. The liaison is compulsory within most compound words and fixed expressions. Les Champs-Élysées. Les États-Unis. Un sous-entendu. Avant-hier. De temps en temps. De plus en plus. De moins en moins. Plus ou moins. Petit à petit. Tout à l'heure. Tout à fait. The liaison is forbidden after A. The final T of A never comes to life with the liaisons. It always remains silent. Et une fille et un garçon. Un homme et une femme. The liaison is forbidden before an aspirated H. In French, there are two H, the mute H and the aspirated H. Both H are silent. The difference is that the mute H allows the liaison and the aspirated H prohibits it. There is no rule to know when an H is mute and when it is aspirated. To find out whether the initial H of a word is mute or aspirated, you can consult Wikipedia or the Larousse Bilingual Dictionary. This apostrophe indicates an aspirated H. Both links are in the description. En, au, un, hamac. The liaison is forbidden before the numbers 8 and 11. Les 8 garçons. Les 11 filles. The liaison is forbidden between the singular noun and the adjective that follows it. Un étudiant étranger. Un garçon anglais. The liaison is forbidden between the subject and the verb that follows it, if the subject is a polysyllabic pronoun or a nominal group, such as a determiner plus a noun, or a determiner plus a noun plus an adjective, and so on. Quelqu'un arrive. Les enfants appellent. Un enfant courageux arrive. The liaison is forbidden before first names. Chez Annabelle. Chez Olivia. Chez Alex. The liaison is forbidden after interrogative adverbs. Quand arrivez-vous? Combien en veux-tu? Comment as-tu su? With the exception of this question in which the liaison is required. Comment allez-vous? And except when quand is followed by est-ce que. In this case, the liaison is also compulsory. Quand est-ce que vous arrivez? Quand arrivez-vous? Quand est-ce que tu as mangé? Quand as-tu mangé? For all other cases, the liaison is optional. However, optional liaisons are quite formal. Optional liaisons are rarely used in everyday life.
Congratulations on completing French Pronunciation 101. You now know everything about French pronunciation for beginners. If you want to be mistaken for a more advanced learner, then you should watch these lessons in which I explain in details how to pronounce the most difficult French sounds. À la semaine prochaine!